Hello, first responders. It's Johanna with Holiday Planet, coming to you live this morning with an itinerary preview for our first responder cruise, Iceland and Norway in 2025. Today I'm going to walk you through port by port some of the things that you can expect to do and see on this beautiful Iceland and Norway itinerary. So the ship will embark in Southampton, which is the port for London, UK. And in London, there's lots of great things to do, of course, pre-cruise. I have been there myself and really enjoyed the British Museum and even Madame Tussauds Wax Museum. Hi, Lauren. The Tower Bridge is worth seeing, the London Eye, which is the big wheel, and of course, Westminster Abbey and Big Ben. But a couple of things that I might lean toward for our first responder group would be going to see the Tower of London together, including the Tower Jewels and the old jail cells. There's even some sort of prison museum near there that's supposed to be really well done, which might be worth a quick walk through with our first responders. And then I would love to take you all to Stonehenge on our way down to Southampton. Embarking from Southampton, we'll be taking a beautiful 14-day cruise on the Emerald Princess. And we'll start by sailing to Norway, and our first port in Norway is Haugesund. And you can go ahead and laugh all throughout this video at me trying to pronounce these port names. And I'm just gonna do my best and laugh along with you. So in Haugesund, you can go hiking at the Langfoss waterfall, or if you're more of a nature walker than a hiker, you can explore that waterfall at a slower pace, or venture out by small boat to explore the canals and coastal villages up close. Some of these villages are so remote they're only accessible by boat, so you're really getting into the road less traveled on some of those boat tours. Next, we'll go to Sognefjord, Norway, and you can either tour around the town that's there because the port is by a historic town. You can visit their little church and museum and hear a lot about their town's history. That can also be combined with a visit to the national park to see this really rugged natural beauty of Norway, going by bus up into the mountains, or visit a glacier. In the next port, which is called Seyðisfjörður, this port is at the end of, that is in Iceland. So before we get to Iceland, we have one more port in Norway, which is Norðfjörður, and that is at the end of a long fjord. So the whole ship will sail up this fjord to this tiny, picturesque little town up at the end. And the reason they go up this fjord is one of the most beautiful ones in all of Norway. And the little town is just a picturesque hidden gem. You can visit a glacier up there as well, or just take the day to walk around and explore the little town. Or you can take the Loen Sky Lift up to the top of the mountain and see the fjord from above. That's like a sky tram that takes you up there. Then we will sail across the North Sea to Iceland, the Arctic Ocean as it were. Maybe your very first time sailing in the Arctic Ocean, which is exciting. And our first port in Iceland will be Seyðisfjörður. And that is a charming town in East Iceland. There is a beautiful nature reserve there with excellent birding if you're a bird watcher. You can also go hiking there with views of the surrounding mountains and fjords. Hi, Ken. Or visit a remote village which has really stunning scenery and rich cultural heritage if you're interested in some of the Icelandic culture while we're there. The next port in Iceland is Itinerary. And that is a coastal town with great local seafood. It's a great, hi Mike, it's a great port to do some local food tastings and then also visit one of their microbreweries if you're into local beers at all. You also can go to the geothermal spas in this location, as they have a lot of geothermal activity and these beautiful outdoor natural bath type of spas, and you can visit some black sand beaches there. And the next port then is Isafjordur, Iceland. That is now in the western fjords of Iceland, and there's great adventure activities there, hiking, biking, kayaking. Or if you'd like to take it a little slower, go to a majestic waterfall. And this waterfall, the water cascades in a really wide pattern over an interesting natural rock formation. So I think that it's a different type of waterfall than any that you've ever seen before. For sure, any that I've ever seen before. Our final port in Iceland will be Reykjavik, and that is the capital city of Iceland. From there, you can see a wide range of different natural beauty, including geysers, waterfalls, deep dramatic canyons. A lot of the geothermal geysers are similar to what we have at Yellowstone, but set in the most otherworldly landscape. One of the most popular and famous of those tours is called the Golden Circle Tour, which goes through a couple of their national parks. You may have heard of that before, and it's because it hits a lot of those top sites of truly the most stunning and otherworldly natural beauty that Iceland has to offer. Or you could do an outdoor geothermal baths day there. In Reykjavik is the famous Blue Lagoon, or another spot called the Sky Lagoon that is just as special. From Iceland, when we depart, we'll be sailing back down to the UK, and we have one fabulous port in Scotland, which is Greenock, and that is the port for Glasgow. I know in the map that I posted yesterday, it actually said that we would be going to Belfast, and that's just a slightly different version of that itinerary. But this itinerary that Princess has departing on July 17th of 2025 will go to Glasgow. So from that western side of Scotland, there's a lot of great access to the Highlands, including all of its lochs and castles, and lots to see there, including Loch Ness, or even some that are larger and more beautiful if you don't care about trying to spot Nessie. You could also do Outlander filming locations if you're an Outlander fan, including visiting the famous viaduct where the train goes over that rounding trestle with all the beautiful arches. That viaduct was also used for the Hogwarts Express. So if you're a Harry Potter fan, that could be a fun thing to see from Glasgow as well. Finally, we'll be returning to Southampton and probably flying home from London, but there's so much more to see and do in the British Isles. You could spend more time in Scotland, or in England, or even Ireland. Comment below, hi Joe, and tell me what you would like to do pre or post cruise with some extra time in the British Isles. I look forward to hearing from each of you, and let me know what other questions you have about this beautiful itinerary. I'll be back in a couple of days with a preview of cabin types and perks packages that Princess is offering for a great discount right now. So stay tuned and let me know what questions you have. I have answers. Thanks everyone.